Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the second feature match from round number 1. Down at the bottom we have Spooky Boy 1011 and he is on Fire Fist. And up at the top we have Snapple Master who is on Madolche. So this is going to be an interesting match. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. I'm going into this blind, by the way. I have not seen the match yet at all. So it looks like Spooky Boy is going to be winning the rock, paper, scissors, and it looks like he is going to be opting to go first. Alright, so let's take a look at his hand. It looks like he drew a Raigeki, Raven, Dragon, Elephant, and Tenki. So a lot of monsters in his hand, but let's see what he happens to do with it. So starting off with a Tenki, searching for Rooster. Then he can go ahead and null summon this copy of Elephant. Well, looks like it just sends one to the grave, and then you can sends like a fire formation to the grave, and then it specials from hand. So very similar to like Goblinberg, it looks like, or Elemental Hero, Solid Soldier, I guess. I guess that's the best thing for me to compare it to. So he can get a Raven, which is really nice because this is a non-once per turn searcher, basically. It doesn't search, but it sets the fire formation spells from your deck. So that's really nice, and your spell and traps can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, which is really nice as well. Just adding that extra layer of protection to your cards. Looks like Elephant has a second effect as well that targets a fire formation spell or trap in the grave, shuffles it into the deck, and then you can add a level 5 or higher Fire Fist monster from your deck to your hand. I believe he is on the Ritual monster, so we might actually see that here. Yep, this looks like he's going to be adding Edland, which you can summon with the fire formation continuous spell as well, which is interesting since it's a continuous spell but a ritual summons, but it's kind of interesting there. Eagle is going to be link summoned here, which if you are familiar with the Zodiac deck, this is actually a pretty popular card in that deck. But it looks like he's going to get Raven's effect to set a fire formation Domi to the field, which can ritual summon from his hand. It looks like he's actually going to go ahead and do that, I assume. Yeah, so yeah, he's gonna go ahead and tribute up to 7, I believe, or 6, I guess. So well, he tributes 7 levels but gets a level 6 monster is what I mean. And then it looks like he can go ahead and discard a monster and set a fire formation spell from the deck or graveyard, but he's probably not gonna do that, I assume. Then he can go ahead and use Eagle's effect to bounce the fire formation back to his hand. He can send one from the deck to grave, so it looks like he's going to send a Buffalo here, which if you're familiar with the Zodiac combo, this is like a pretty generic. Actually, this was also played in Lunalights, just like the generic like Eagle Buffalo combo, because then you can just Eagle bounce one of your fire formation Tenkis back to your hand and then special back the Buffalo. He's doing a very similar thing, except instead of Tenki, it's Domi or Domii. I don't know how to pronounce that. Looks like he's actually opting not to special back Buffalo, which is a really interesting play. But it looks like when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can discard a fire formation card or fire fist card, or send one from the you control. It has to be you control, so that is very interesting that he's opting not to maybe set like the Domii or something. So he doesn't have a negate. I guess he could send this Eagle to the grave and then negate something. So maybe that's the play he's going for. So it looks like Snapple draws 2 copies of Twin Twister for turn, which is really, or Twin Twister for turn, which does nothing in this case. But he's gonna start off with a ticket, which can go ahead and I believe this like I'm not like super familiar with Madolche cards. I just know they hate the graveyard, so yeah, we're gonna probably see something like that here. So Angeli is gonna be normal summon. I know this card is probably one of the best starters in the deck. So it looks like you can tribute a Madolche and then special tribute it and then special a Madolche from the deck, and it can't be destroyed by battle. So he's going to go ahead into the copy of Petting Cessor. This is limited in the non-meta tournament, and so Tiramisu is actually banned. So we did bring this back, I believe, this format. I don't remember if it was this list or the previous list, actually, but this is at 1 for now. So we're going to go ahead and see its effect as well, which if it's special summoned, you can special Madolche from your hand or deck. So he's going to go ahead and get a second or a copy of Pudding Cess, which I believe, like, I know there's like a modulation of levels here possibly, because I believe Pudding Cess is the only level 5 Madolche, and they do have a rank 5, which you can, I believe, overlay on top of something, but I do also believe that you can like modulate levels to make the level 5, but I could be wrong about that. I'm not too sure. So it looks like he's going to go ahead and go into a Glass Soulful. Well, that's really interesting since Does this make it level 4? Oh, okay, it does reduce the level by 4. Okay, or by 1, so it makes this a level 4. That makes sense. So the Glass Soulful is going to be summoned here. Glass Souffle maybe is how you pronounce it. I don't know. I'm not familiar with French or whatever. I think these are based off of French names. I could be wrong as well. So you can go ahead and detach a material from it and then target a Madolche on the field, and then it's unaffected by card effects except its own. So we're going to go ahead and probably see it targeting itself, I assume. And then he's going to overlay a chocolate a la mode, which I believe gets a second effect if you have the pudding zest attached to it. I think that is, I could be wrong about that as well, but I thought that was, yeah, while has Madolche pudding zest its material, when a Madolche is in your grave shuffled into the main deck, you can detach material and special a Madolche from your deck in attack position or face down defense. So basically it just lets you, I don't know, like get a second extender. So it looks like that's what he's going to do here. Shuffling the Angeli back, detaching material, and then specialing the Hootcake from deck. Then he's going to go ahead and use Hootcake's effect to special a Madolche from the deck, except itself. Then he's going to use Messengelato's effect, which if it's special summon, you can add a Madolche spell or trap from your deck to your hand. It looks like it was supposed to get banished for some reason. I'm not sure why. Then he's going to go ahead and add the Chateau, I guess is how you pronounce that. Then Chateau is going to shuffle back this Petting Cessor back into the deck. Now, because it looks like this is not what's returned, that's pretty crazy, actually. So he can use Chocolate a la Mode's effect to detach and special from deck. So we're going to see a Mageline special from deck. And then he's going to, I guess he's opting not to use Mageline's effect, but it looks like he's going to go straight into a Dugares, and he might just double the attack of something. I'm not sure which effect he is doing. Looks like Edline is going to negate it by, it would send something normally, but Eagle is going to avoid the cost there. Then he's going to use Chocolate a la Mode to attack over this copy of Edland. So she's at 3k because of the Chateau, so he's going to take a little more damage. And then this Hootcake's going to attack for 300 over, and Dugares is going to hit for 12. So I don't know which effect he activated, but it got negated either way, so I don't think it matters. He's going to set the 2 copies of Twin Twister. I guess this is actually kind of good that it is set there because he can, you know, like chain pop Tenki and it'll just have Tenki resolve without effect. So that is kind of nice. So it looks like he's going to use Domii. And he's okay with that, maybe? I don't know. It looks like he's going to chain the... Oh, no. He's going to chain Twin Twisters, discarding to destroy it. That's fine, I guess. Domii is going to use its secondary effect. When it's sent to the graveyard, he can target a Fire Fist engrave and special it back. So he's going to grab back a Raven. Next, he's going to go ahead and Raigeki the board. Pretty rough there. Then he might Tribute Summon Panda. I'm not sure here. But it looks like Hootcake gets to add 1 back or add itself back. I'm not sure, actually. I don't know. When it's destroyed by battle card effect, shuffle into the deck. Okay, yeah, and then Ticket will probably add it back, I believe, or maybe Chateau. I can't remember. One of them adds up to your hand instead. I think it's Chateau. Yeah. Then Ticket is going to use the effect, which lets you special summon it, I believe, when a card is added to your hand, or maybe Ticket adds 1 as well. Add a Madolche from your deck to your hand. I'm assuming that's what the effect was. Okay. Then he can go ahead and pass his turn, I guess, so that's pretty rough. Angeli is going to come down, tribute itself to special the copy of Petting Cessor, which is going to use its effect yet again to special summon a Hootcake from the deck. Then he's going to use Hootcake's effect to banish from the grave to add Salon. And then he's going to go ahead and use... Oh, it looks like he's not going to add spells. Yeah, I guess it doesn't add spells. It must add a monster. Yeah, okay. Then he's going to, I guess, special... Okay, yeah, he's going to special Mageline and then add it, I assume. I think that was the play he's going for. Maybe not. It looks like he's not using the... Oh, that's only when it's normal summon or flip summon. That makes sense. Okay. And then he's going to go ahead and go into a Glass Souffle. And then go ahead and go into a Chocolate a la Mode. It doesn't have the other Pudding Cessor as material, so it looks like he's probably not going to get the second effect to special. But he is going to get Ticket's effect to Ticket Chateau's, because Chateau's going to add back to the hand, and then Ticket's going to special, I believe, if I'm doing that correctly. Yes, I guess so. Then he's going to go ahead and use Hootcake to attack over the Raven. since it is at 2,000. Then hit for 19 and hit for 3,000. Also, Raven's going to get him a Tenki here, which is really nice. And attack him for 3,000. So he's left with just 1,000 life points. He's going to use the Twin Twisters in this main phase 2, popping it. And I think that's going to be it for game number 1. Alright, so hopefully these next games will go a little faster since I kind of understand what most of their decks do. So Tensu is going to get him an extra normal summon, so it looks like he's going to normal summon the Elephant, and Elephant's going to send that to grave to special the Raven from his hand, and then he's going to use the second effect of Elephant to shuffle it back into the deck and add a level 5 or higher, which is going to be Panda in this case. He's going to go ahead and link off into a copy of Eagle, and then use Raven to set the copy of Sinto, I guess, Ultimate Fire Flotation Sinto, which is a spell trap negate while you control a Fire Fist monster and a Fire Formation spell trap. So then he's going to go ahead and use Tenki, and then he's going to chain Panda, which I'm a little unfamiliar with, but it looks like it just specials from hand if you activate it for Fire Formation. So that's what he's going to do. And then he's going to add this copy of Rooster. So his opponent doesn't... Oh, looks like the Dark Ruler No More is actually pretty good here, but we'll see this here in a second. So he's going to go ahead and... I think he misclicked the Tenki or something. I'm not sure what happened there. But he's going to go ahead and link off into a copy of Peacock, which I am also unfamiliar with, but we'll see it as we go, I guess. Raven's effect also going to set another copy of Domii from the deck. And then he's going to use Eagle to bounce the Tenki back to hand and send Buffalo. Then Domii is just going to activate, and he is going to, I assume, not use the effect. But he's going to use the Buffalo's effect, paying the cost, sending the Tenki, and sending the Domii. Do special it back to the field. Then he's going to use Domii's effect, which lets him special back from grave, I believe. And then Dragon's effect can special itself. Is it? Yeah, or Dragon not to special itself, but it looks like you can special another Fire Fist monster from your grave, and he's avoiding the cost with Eagle. Then he can go ahead and overlay into a copy of Tiger King, which is basically a Dark Ruler No More. It's kind of funny. Engine is going to be set from the deck, which is a fusion summon spell, and it looks like he's going to use that to fuse his 2 monsters off into a copy of Swan, which is kind of like, it's very similar to like Sunriser, like Elemental Hero Sunrise. That's like the best thing for me to compare it to. And Tiger's effect is going to go ahead and special 2 Fire Formation, or sorry, level 2 or lower Beast Warriors with the same attack from your deck in defense. Then he's going to use Ram's effect, or add Ram, I assume, or Rooster, I'm not sure, to special or add from deck to hand. It looks like he's going to do that. And then he's going to use the second effect of Rooster to send one. I believe he's like avoiding the cost here with Eagle, since I think that... Yes, so it is not like a once per turn effect here. You can just do it constantly. So that's really nice. Then he's going to pass his turn. He's a pretty big board setup here. So then he has a Cosmic Cyclone here. He's going to get rid of the back row, obviously, because it's a spell trap negate. And then he's going to use this copy of Instant Fusion to get into a Millenniumize Restrict. Then he's going to go ahead and normal summon this copy of Madolche. I don't think he needs to use this Dark Ruler no more, since he can literally just take this Swan with the Millenniumize, and I think he's fine to play from there. So this Madolche's going to add the Petting Cessor from the deck to hand. He's going to special it because he has no monsters in the grave. Let him special the copy of Pudding Cessor, or Pudding Cess, and then overlay Glass Souffle. Use the effect, and then he's going to overlay into a Chocolate a la Mode. And then he's going to use Chocolate a la Mode's effect to send back the Petting Cessor, and then go ahead and detach to special the Hoot Cake from deck. And then he's going to use Hoot Cake's effect to banish the monster out of grave and special a Messengerado. Messengerado is going to go ahead and add a copy of Chateau. And then he's going to go ahead and activate Chateau and overlay into a second copy of Glass Souffle, and then another copy of Chocolate a la Mode. Going into battle phase, he's going to declare an attack over the Swan. I think Swan's just going to pop something, though. Then he's going to chain this Millenniumize Restrict. So it looks like their activated effects are negated, so it will just negate it. And he's just going to gain the attack, so that's pretty rough. Then he's going to hit for 2,000. And then This is going to attack over for 300, and then he's going to use the Millenniumize, which is sitting here at 26 to attack over for, looks like 25, or 500 damage, rather. Going into main phase 2, he's just going to link everything off into a copy of Fresh Start, which he actually can't do since Millenniumize is not a Madolche monster, unless I'm missing something. Yeah, it looks like he figured that out. I guess he just misclicked in a Phoenix. That's what he meant. So he's going to hit the last back row and pass his turn. So then Rooster is going to go ahead and use the effect, which will send a fire formation he controls and then set a different one from the deck. So he's going to set a Tensu, and then he's going to use Injin's effect to add back the dragon from grave. He's going to link off into another copy of Eagle, and then he's going to use this Tensu to get an extra normal summon. Using the effect of Ram, he can, looks like, discard one and then set a fire formation spell with a different name from the deck. Then he can go ahead and activate this Tenki, and that's going to get hit with an Imperm. He chose the wrong column with that. That's pretty unfortunate there. Then he's going to use the copy of Elephant to send the fire formation Speller Trap to the grave and special one from the hand. Then he's going to go ahead and use Elephant's effect to send back the Tenki and search for an Ed land. And then he's going to go ahead and overlay into a Cardinal, which I have actually never seen this card before. So it looks like it's just 2 Fire Fist monsters, detach 2, and then shuffle 2 into the deck. So wow, it's basically a it's basically the Madolche Queen. The level, the rank 4 one. I don't remember what it's called right now. Tiramisu. It's basically a tiramisu, so that's actually really cool. He's going to go ahead and overlay into, or not overlay, but make a copy of Cerberus. He can't use the effect, actually, because it doesn't target monsters in the extra monster zone. So that was actually a misclick there that, or not a misclick, but like a misplay that both of them happened to not notice. Even if that was the case, he should have put the Cerberus here so he could get the draw, but he didn't. But you definitely can't do that. Unfortunately, this game's already passed. It's been a while, so I guess we can't really roll it back. So that's a little unfortunate. He's just going to go ahead and pass the game up anyways. I believe that they could have just attacked over somehow, although I'm not sure. But unfortunately, they didn't catch that. That's definitely how that works, though, that you can't target monsters in the main monster zone. And it looks like he's going to be going second this time, so he has a copy of No Material sided in, which is actually really cool. But Snapple seems to have bricked here. Ticket, Salon, Called by the Grave, Dark Ruler No More in hand, Cupungus also in the hand. Unfortunate, so I guess he's just forced to pretty much pass here. So, yeah. A copy of Fire Fortress atop Lion Peak. That's such a weird name, but is activated here. I think this must be a new card because it does have the sample like over the picture or whatever. So Raven's going to be normal summoned here and linked off into a copy of Almirage. And it looks like he's going to go ahead and chain to the Raven a Call by the Grave to banish it. And then he's going to go ahead and use Domii and then use the effect of Panda. Because since he activated a Fire Formation spell or trap, he can act or special it from the hand, and then he's going to go ahead and attack over into 2100. 0 for Almirage, pretty great there. Passing his turn up, it looks like Cumungus is going to come down over the copy of Panda and a Cumungus on himself. He could have attacked into this Almirage. He should have forced it out. Attacking into Almirage forces the Almirage out and then just redeclared it Cumungus. I'm not sure why he didn't do that. So yeah, I don't know. It looks like they're both breaking pretty hard here, but drawing into a Yoko, I have no idea what this card does. It looks like you can target a face-up card your opponent controls and discard a Beast Warrior, and they all gain 100. Okay, that's really interesting. He's probably just playing it for the name, I assume, but he looks like he normal summons the No Material, goes into an Almirage, or links off the Almirage into a Cerberus and attacks for 16. Maybe he's not on Phoenix. That's really interesting. So this copy of Petting Cessor is going to be normal summoned here, and I guess he's just going to attack over Cerberus. I don't think there's anything that gives it attack power. I don't know. I guess. So it looks like he's going to use Petting Cessor's effect, and when it's destroyed by an opponent's card effect and sent to the grave, shuffle into the deck. So this actually activates a damage step. So Call by the Grave can't be triggered here. So I don't think either of them knew that, but yeah, Petting Cessor would activate in the damage step here. And Call by the Grave is not an attack modifying card or a negation card. Doesn't negate activations is what I mean. It just negates the activated effects and the effects of monsters on the field with the same original name, which does not negate activation. So technically that can't be activated in the damage step. So I guess they both didn't really notice that, but that is definitely how that works. They just didn't know, I guess. So Rooster's going to go ahead and be normal summoned here, sending a fire formation from the field to the grave, and then setting the Sonoto, which is really nice just because now he has basically protection. And then it looks like Snapple's just emitting defeat here since this is a lot of damage here. But that's going to do it for today's video. I know there was a little bit of hiccups there because I am a little unfamiliar with these decks, but hopefully if you're unfamiliar with it, we walked through it a little bit better together. And sorry about some of the misplays. I guess sometimes you just don't know certain interactions between certain cards, such as like Call by the Grave being able to not activate in the damage step. And some other stuff like that. Obviously, Cerberus has to target a monster in the main monster zone specifically, not from the extra monster zone. So, unfortunately, some of those plays did happen to be in Spooky Boy's favor. It seems like this game was... I mean, I don't know. I feel like this Petting Cessor possibly could have done something as well. But unfortunately, that's just how sometimes it works. So... yeah, regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed, and try not to make some mistakes, I guess. But with all that said, I'll see you guys in the next one.